On to the next hand then, guys. This time we are in the hijack. The 25 straddles on again. There's a few nip buttons knocking about. There's a raise under the gun to 100 from Rylan. Mully calls the 100 from under the gun +1 with 5s. And I look down at queens and I make it $500. Fairly simple play so far. Nothing too extravagant. Just makes a lot of sense, especially when they've both got their knit buttons. Rylan comes along for a call, which obviously then values Mully in nicely as well. Meanwhile, I'm more interested in ordering my chicken burger than I am the hand, which is a bit frustrating. When you've got a big hand like this, you should probably be paying more attention. Anyway, we go 3 ways to the flop here with $1,500 in the middle already. The key to the free bet pre and having position. When you look at a flop like this, position is key. Rylan checks. Mully checks as well, which obviously with myself having the bet and lead makes perfect sense. And although I don't like this board at all, it's an easy bet for me on this flop, an easy C bet. So I just bet $400, so a slight down bet if that makes sense. Just on the third pot, which again, it basically finds out where I am. If they both fold, then happy days. If some of them get sticky, then we can put them on either a ace 10, maybe a weak king. They could have 2 diamonds as well. Obviously, I double blocked the straight. But not having any diamonds. But they both fold, take it down. Very easy way to win $1,000. Okay, guys, we don't have to wait long. It's the very next hand. Again, I'm just still trying to order my chicken burger here. Mully's trying to get in on the order as well. And I look down at another playable hand here. Well, this time we're in the low jack with our ace-8 of clubs. So I'm raised up to $75. Hoping for a little bit of a rush here after winning the last hand. It folds all the way round to high. That looks down at 6-7 off in the big blind. He has still got his nip button, so he decides to come along for the extra 65. And Rylan, of course, can't say no when he looks down at the deuce 4 offsuit in the straddle, so he defends as well. We go to a flop of 7-8 king, which I don't hate and I don't love, to be honest. It checks to myself, so obviously in rhythm of the pot I have to bet here. So I actually size up a little bit. I bet 200. I'm basically trying to charge the draws, the 5-6s, the 9-10s, the backdoor flush draws, etc. These guys are going to be calling a little bit lighter with their nip buttons. So yeah, high calls and Rylan folds. We look down at the 6 of diamonds. Don't like this. High checks, again, just in rhythm really, and I check behind. And then the river is also a bad card, which is the jack of clubs. So now all of those hands that we were a little bit worried about on the flop have basically all got there. So, well, the only hand that hasn't got there really is 5-6, and that's why I do contemplate it for just a moment. 5-6 could be turning itself into a bluff here, but I think a $500 bet just doesn't make a lot of sense. 9-10 got there. Pair and straight draws the 6-7. There's lots of hands that do just get there and beat me now. And of course, I'm losing to a random kings as well. So in the end, I do just let it go, and happily, because he did have 2 pair on the turn.
How's it going, man?
You came from the UK, right?
I did.
What's your name?
My name's Pete.
Pete? Nice to meet you, Pete.
And, Poker Dad's on the stream, but...
Who?
Poker Dad today.
So do you know this guy?
Yeah, he came from the UK with me.
Okay. Nice. Is that him?
No, in the empty chair, actually, where that hat is.
Okay. Oh, I don't know who that is.
No.
So did you fly all the way here for this meetup game?
Just for this, just to play.
Who were you trying to play with, Doug?
So, to be honest, Nimi was top of my list.
Nimi?
Yeah, I've been watching Nimi since the start of his vlog.
Yeah, he just moved to Austin.
But love Doug.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Not
just.
me?
No. You guys are saying I've ticked you off now. I've ticked you off now.
Like or something over here.
Sorry.
On to the next one then, guys. We're actually playing 5, 10, 25, 50 this hand. My usual games are 1, 2, so this is off the rails. I look down at ace queen in the cutoff. I make it $200, and high does defend his straddle with the ace 6 of hearts. All absolutely fine so far. We go and heads up to the flop. Comes down jack 3, 6 rainbow. Not in love with this flop. High does check to me in rhythm, so I check behind as well. I don't need to see bet every single board. 2 hearts shouldn't really change anything on the turn. High now does put out a little feel about, I think about 300 here. My hand is just too strong to fold, and I've got plans for the river if we don't improve. So I snap call. The river does come down nice. It's the queen of clubs. High checks. I do put out a little third size pot bet for value, of course. and he does end up just folding quite quickly. It's a bit of a frustrating river, really, because I was planning to bluff this, and I think it would have worked. However, it's an easy way to add $500 to the stack.
You want green?
Yeah.
Sure.
I like twin come river.
Oh, I was gonna do. Yeah, that's fine.
Right, guys, here we go then. So I've finally got my chicken burger, which is awesome, and it is good. Guys, the food at the lodge is good, and well priced as well. Anyway, back to the poker. We're in the straddle. It's folded round here. Slicer does raise $75 from the hijack. High comes along for that on the button. And I look down at King, Queen of clubs in the straddle. So I could free bet here. Probably should really, but I'm enjoying my burger. So we decide to just call as well. And the flop comes down to 10, Jack, 6 with 1 club. Pretty good board for my hand. It checks all the way around. And the turn comes absolute gin. It's the ace of clubs. So I've got the nuts with the redraw to the nuts. This should hit one of their hands at least, this sort of board. So I feel like we can make some money here. High ends up betting $100 on the turn. I just flick in a call here, trying to look somewhat disinterested. And the 9 of diamonds comes to turn. So I just hit all the straights that I can hit. I managed to find the check on the river as well. Massive check here for me. This is the only way I can really get paid in this hand. Obviously not knowing the exact strength of High's hand. He bets 300, so he's fell for the trap, which is obviously great news. Now I'm just trying to decide on what size to make it. I want to make it big to get maximum value. Not too big that he folds his mediocre hands, but not too small that he snap calls as well. So we decide on a size of 1600. I love this size. High doesn't snap do anything, which makes me think it is perfectly sized. It turns out he's actually got a pretty strong hand here. He's got 2 pair. Of course, he's losing to straights. He's losing to other 2 pair combos as well. But High doesn't like to fold. If you've ever seen him on stream before, he doesn't like to be bluffed. He doesn't like to fold. He checks his cards again to make sure he has, in fact, got the 2 pair. And he ends up just flicking in a call. We obviously turn over the nuts straight away. This is the biggest pot I've ever won. So it's pretty cool, pretty good moment. Always nice to have the nuts. I'm not going to lie, it doesn't seem to happen very often. But we've got it here, and we're up to 7k in our stack. So even after the aces at the start, we're actually up about 3k on the night now. Let's go. Right, guys, we've been card dead for a little while. Quite a while, actually. We're under the gun here. We've still got our nip button. It's just me and High left, okay? We look down at pocket 7s, so I make it 200 from under the gun. High, of course, plays defense here from the small blind out of position just because of the nip button. He can't let me have it easily with the ace-8 offsuit. So we go heads up. The table's enjoying it because one of us is going to lose the nit game. I offer a split. He's not interested. High checks under the gun here, and the flop is 10 Jack King. Not a great board for either of our hands, to be fair, but I could have bet it. It turns out he would have called anyway with the ace of hearts. The turn comes down the jack, which then gives him the straight draw as well, and it goes check check again. Again, I don't think it's a card I can bet. We just have to hope for a low river card, but unfortunately it comes down the Queen of clubs. High decides to bet pot, and I can't decide whether to lose 900 or 500 in the nit game. I'm not beating anything here. Any pair I'm a bit losing to. He's easily got an ace in his range after calling. I just don't want to give up this nit game, to be honest. So it's pretty horrific to know that I'm about to put $500 in the pot for absolutely nothing after being card dead for the last 20 odd hands, you know, 3 or 4 orbits. But I do fold. He shows the ace-8. He did actually river the nuts. Like, I don't think at any point in this hand he's folding unless I really make it big. I don't know. So, yeah, I have to pay $500 for the nit game. Hey-ho! A little bit of time has passed again here. Again, another bit of card death. We're on to the 93rd hand of the stream. And we look down at Jack, Queen of clubs in the low jack. I make it $75 pre-flop. Professor comes along for the 75. Jackson can't say no with a queen deuce off with 22k in his stack. Apparently 6 deuce is the hand as well because Austin also comes along. I suppose he does have his nit button as well. And of course Rylan, any 2 with the queen 3 off, also defends his straddle. So going 5 ways to the flop here, just under $400 in the pot. And it comes down 9-9-6 with 2 clubs. Obviously a solid board for my hand with the 2 overs and the 2 clubs, but nothing to get too excited about. So it does end up checking round. once we get to the turn here, the 4 hearts come down. Austin can't help but bet his pair of 6s here, and he bets $200. I just throw in the 200 again. No need to get too fruity here. Austin's an action player and happy to mix it up. So, yeah, we just come along for a call. And it's a very, very good river card. So we've got $800 in the pot here. And it does come down to 3 of clubs. Whoop, whoop. Austin checks. I think about it for a minute. I'm pretty sure I'm ahead here. I can't believe I'm losing to any full houses. I could have 7-8. I could have missed my straight draw. I could have a random ace-4 suited, something like that. I'm sort of turning into either value or a bluff here. So I decided to bet just under par. I bet $700. Again, Austin doesn't like to fold. He doesn't want to be bluffed. He's got his nip button. So all of these additional things that are in play here are the reason that I sized the way I sized. And after some deliberation, a couple of smiles here and there, he does throw in the call. We, of course, turn it over knowing that we're ahead at this point. And again, we get rid of our nip button and win a $2,000 pot just like that.
It's just a 6.
My feedback, that's an excellent top. Super Mario Brothers 3.
Instagram ad got me. Isn't this amazing, the Takuni suit?
Yeah, Super Mario Brothers 3.
Yeah, like it's the best. It's like such a good game, right?
Really good.
You are the gentleman from the UK.
I am the gentleman from the UK.
Okay, I saw the video. It's on the Instagram now.
Is it?
I'm going to be going to your way next month. I'm going to go play the Irish Poker Tour at Clarity. So I'm going to fly into like London and then
chip over.
Go over to Ireland. Yeah.
So yeah, we just started a YouTube channel ourselves and
what is it? I'll follow it.
Lovely.
Poker Dad. Raise 25.
Yeah, that's us.
Oh yeah. So did you come out to like make content as well? It's like a dual purpose thing?
So we'll be doing some vlogs on our stay and just to meet a few of you guys. And just
That's really cool that you came out.
Next hand, guys. Full disclosure on this one, we make a mistake. I'm going to go for it straight away, okay? So, obviously we're playing the, 5, 10, 25. Austin calls for $25. High makes it 75. Mully calls the 75, and I look down ace-5 of clubs on the button, and I just flat. This is the mistake. This is a massive opportunity. I should have raised straight away. We then make another mistake because Jackson free bets to $500. High calls with the 3-4 of clubs, and Mully also calls with the ace-3 of diamonds. That means there's $1,700 in this pot of dead money. Now, I should just be straight up, just jamming here. And I just take down all of this money uncontested. Of course, it's easy in hindsight. It did go through my head at the time. I'm not going to lie. I bottled it, and I end up just flatting as well and hoping to hit some clubs, which is not the right way to play. Full disclosure, okay? So there's $2,000 in the pot. We've gone to it 4 ways, and it comes an ace-3-4, which is actually a great hand, great board for my hand, other than there being no clubs. The weird thing is, Jackson, who 3-bet pre-flop checks with an ace on the board, high bet 700, and Mully calls. What do these guys have on this board? It should have favoured the pre-flop raiser in Jackson, the 3-better. And of course, I've got an ace. And I've got the straight draw. So something just doesn't feel right here. Maybe one of them's got a couple of hearts, a couple of big hearts, king, queen of hearts, something like that. But again, even against that hand, I'm not doing particularly well. I can't really strengthen my hand other than a deuce. And at that point, it'd have to be an offsuit deuce. It can't be the deuce of hearts. So I've only got 3 to hit. I'm losing to all bigger aces. I'm losing to flopped sets. Something just doesn't smell right. So I actually end up laying this down. So although I get away cheap post-flop, I could have won a chunky bit of cash pre-flop if I played it correctly. As you can see here, it's actually 2-pair against 2-pair. So it's somewhat of a massive cooler, really. And I believe Mully does end up getting a full double up in this pot.
Oil.
Hi, shipping it here with 2-pair.
2-pair.
Mully with 2-pair. 2-pair over 2-pair on this flop.
Oh my god.
Just absolutely.
He covered.
Okay, the time is 5:30. Played for about 3 hours, 3.5 hours. Played with Cinnabon and Skull Mike. Really up and down session. I was in for 500, which is well above what I am used to playing for. I cashed out for about 300, so 200 down. Not my night, but good to see Poker Dad's doing well, and I'm going back to Austin to catch up with him. Peace.
Right, guys, on to the penultimate hand of the night. Mully's made it $75. I'm next to act, and I've ace jack of clubs. I've got 5k in my stack, and I decide to free bet to $250. The Professor's on the button. He's got 15k in his stack now. He's had a little bit of a rush. He can't say no and go set mining with the pocket fives. And, of course, Jackson's in here because he's got the 2 helicopters. Basically, if you get 3 in a row, you get $200. I believe it's $200 off every player. So he's in it with an extra, in essence, an extra $1,000 in the pot for him before we've even started. So he calls it 250 as well. This puts me in a little bit of a tough spot because I'm in between from a position perspective. Jackson's nuts. And it's hard to know exactly what Professor could have as well. Flop comes down, King 9-4, 2 spades. Not very good, but the king is out there, so it's an opportunity, I guess, for me to see bet here after raising pre-flop. So I bet $250. The Professor comes along, and so does Jackson. So again, this does now make me a little bit concerned. The board pair of 9 is not a good card. That's all over Jackson's range, from being completely honest. I suppose Professor could have some 8-9 suited, 9-10 suited in this spot, but it's more likely Professor has exactly the sort of hand he does have, some sort of middle and pocket pair. I miss a trick here. I should have probably bet again, but I was really worried about Jackson having a 9. Once it checks through, the river comes down a blank as well. This was Jackson's opportunity, I guess, to bet, to have a stab at it. He does end up checking. And again, I play this too passively. This was an opportunity for me to put a big pot size bet, and you can tell, just looking at the screen there, you know I'm annoyed with myself. I've missed an opportunity to find bluff, and the Professor actually wins this pot with pocket fives, and he's probably as surprised as everyone. Again, really disappointed with how I played this one. If I barrel the turn, barrel the river, hell, it doesn't even get to the river if I barrel the turn. If I check the turn and bet the river strong, I win the pot as well. Right, guys, we've not won one for a while. It's the last hand of the night for us. And we look down at ace queen offsuit in the hijack, and we make it $200. The Professor with 6-7 of clubs comes along. Slicer with a 9-10 of clubs comes along, and Mully with a queen 5 of clubs. How many clubs are in this deck? Also comes along. $1,000 in the pot, and would you believe it? It's come down 3 clubs: ace, king, jack, all clubs. The weird bit here is I've got a strong hand on this board, other than, of course, not having a club in my hand. I raised pre-flop. I've got the ace. I've got the straight draw. And Mully just bets straight into me. Now, my alarm bells are instantly ringing here. And my hand can't really improve that much. Yes, I could turn 2 pair. Yes, I could turn a straight. I could be dead already to, obviously, clubs. So I actually end up just laying this down. And then let's observe the carnage that ensues. So the Professor calls with a small flush. Slicer, off his 8k stack, says, no, let's bump it up a bit. And he makes it $1,400. This is where Mully then puts in, I believe, a smooth call.
Mully just going to slow play.
Yeah, he does. And then Professor now, this is so much a strange play. The Professor, at this point, is where he decides to re-raise after cold calling initially. Admittedly, he could be putting Mully on just the bare queen of clubs. So he does make it quite a chunky. Throws in a pink there, I believe, and he makes it, is it 5k exact? 4,000 he makes it. $4,000. So there's now just under 8k in the pot. Slicer's got the second nuts, by the way. What an absolute cooler this is. And he decides, well, I'm not losing so much here other than the queen of clubs. So he ends up jamming for the rest of his 6.5k. Makes complete sense. Now, I've actually developed somewhat of a poker friendship with Mully since the stream. He's a really good guy. Can't stop cashing in tournaments. He's doing a great job out there. But I actually think he makes a mistake here. He has the stone cold nuts. And he ends up jamming as well. Which means the Professor, in my opinion, can fold very easily. if Mully just tank called in this spot, it looks like he's just got the bare queen of clubs, maybe queen 10 with the queen of clubs. And I think it's really, really difficult for the professor to fold behind with the amount of money in the pot if Mully just calls. So I do think that was a slight mistake. And then when the turn comes down a brick, it's very likely the professor may just stick all of the rest of the money in, and Mully gets another 10k out of professor's stack as well, or the 12k in fact. The professor does end up folding. The cards obviously get turned over, and it is just an absolute caller. But it's a $20,000 pot, playing 5, 10, 25 to pretty much end the night, and Mully wins it all to book a massive win on the night. What a day.
Your opponent still has a pretty good chance to beat.
I have 7-6.
Chat definitely thinks he should fold. Thinks he already should have folded.
Oh.
Yeah.
He does eventually lay it down. Slicer. I think he already knows his beats. He's drawing completely dead.
That is insane. What's the clubs?
I'd have well, big hand.
He's dead. He's dead. Yeah, he's dead.
6K, 7K, 80, 85, 86.50.
Thank you very much. Cheers. As you can see, booked a tiny profit, basically break even in a game like that. $600 and something, $650 profit. Bad start. Did okay in the middle, and was just card there. Losing 2 stand-up games in a row for $1,000 is not ideal. But look, we survived. We were not embarrassed. Yeah, I'm actually pretty proud of how I played. Talking to the guys, they all play those stakes regularly. Obviously, been telling on beforehand, but I told them afterwards that I've only ever played one. Like, I played 1-3 once, and I've always played 1-2. Yeah, none of them could believe it. So I took that as a compliment, really, that they, they assumed I just played that game at the time. So look, we've done it. We came, we did. Proud of it, and yeah, I just want to do it again now. Yeah. Right, guys. Final thoughts on day 2. Back here with Pete, who played the meetup game. I played 4 hours with some of the best high stakes players around, and he survived, which I'm buzzed about. He's very tired. I'm pretty tired, and I'm gonna go watch the stream, I think, and see what happens. So day 2 done. Obviously, we booked a little profit, which is still great, and proud of it. And yeah, let's see what tomorrow brings. Peace.
Here with English, man. Got a wee blog going on Instagram and Facebook, Mully_85, so give us a follow.
Give him a follow, guys.
Cheers, folks.
If you didn't understand any of that, I'll stick some subtitles on.
Get the
for
captions
you all.
going.
He made it. He's in the money. This is the face of someone who just cashed the tournament at TCH. What a boy.